It's the must. It's must win for Donald Trump. I guess you bring it back to the pathways to the White House.
His is more narrow, isn't it? That it would be like getting a needle through, you know, or getting an elephant through a needle hole.
It's that difficult.
Without Florida.
It's 29 electoral college votes, and out of the swing states that are immovable in this cycle, boy, oh boy, that's a lot of electoral college real estate.
Against 6 and 4 and a 10
right,
here and there.
You know.
Yeah, it's hard to overcome.
Another one in that sort of ballpark is, they call it the Keystone State. Could be the key this afternoon, Pennsylvania.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's a state that used to be considered a reach state. Whenever I used to hear Republicans thinking, oh, we're moving some resources out of Michigan, Ohio, we're going up to Pennsylvania, the Romney campaign, you know, they're probably losing, and now they're throwing a bit of a Hail Mary bomb. Trump did it, though. And everybody looked at the resources he was dumping into Pennsylvania in 2016, and myself included, going, what does he think he's up to? And what he was up to was mobilizing people in the western part of the state living away from the big cities, particularly Pennsylvania, but around Pittsburgh and out in that western Pennsylvania countryside. And it's such a diverse state, Kieran. It goes from basically, it runs through Appalachia. You've got the Midwest and a rural conservative part of the Midwest of that on the western side of the state, all the way through to the Atlantic seaboard and Philadelphia, a very heavily Democratic city. Again, it's that diversity that makes it closely poised politically. Typically, though, its working class roots out in that steel town of Pittsburgh cemented it as Democratic stronghold for a long, long time. Now, Trump unpicked that lock with mobilization of people that typically don't vote. Whites without a college degree, that demographic that we've talked so much about, that is prototypically non-urban, more western, central or eastern Pennsylvania, and those counties, Erie County, Pennsylvania, a must-watch county as well for anybody doing a deep dive on this tonight.
And so, Barbara, what about the fact that Biden was born in that state? Does that swing any loyalty vote?
That would have meant something some time ago, but a man of 79 who hasn't done a whole lot, I don't think the fact that he's from Pennsylvania originally means very much. It's like Hillary was from Ohio, but she spent her life, or Illinois, I think Ohio, Illinois, thank you. But she spent most of her time in Arkansas. They saw her as an Arkansan. As we see Biden as a person from Delaware, where he's taken the train back and forth every night going home, and that's been his, you know, his big centerpiece. So centerfold is not so much Pennsylvania for him in terms of votes, but I do believe that because of the population, as you say, being so rural, with Trump winning Pennsylvania, then he was also setting the pace for Iowa. He was setting the pace for the Dakotas, and they were little numbers, but they all added up. And what seemed to have been an impossibility 4 years ago, he made it doable. So I consider Florida as the starter and the one that starts the wave. But I think this time around, Pennsylvania closes the deal. You know, after Pennsylvania, I just can't see anything changing too much if either of the two candidates take them both.
Yeah,